Well, there you go. I apologise. My audio mixing software has done an update and disconnected from OBS. So there we go, that whole big intro. And Mr. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Boris. Sorry, everything looked 5x5 at my end. But yeah, it wasn't fully connected. So apologies, welcome in everyone. We are here for round number 10 of Suzuka. We've got a quick look at the calendar and the standings. I was that fixated on the picture, we missed the sound. We've got another follow as well. Fogger, thank you for the follow. Dr. Rainman and Rake Lyles as well. Thank you both for the follows too. Welcome in to the Case King Pro, CaseKing.de Pro Series from LFM, as I say, round number 10. We've had an absolutely thrilling calendar. Double header last week. Championship leader winning race number 2. Shield Sullivan second in the championship, getting second in race 1. And 5th behind Sam Gaskell in 4th, who took first in race 1. So quite the event at Imola to keep things extra spicy in the championship. And I'm sure it'll get extra spicy around here at Suzuka. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, we do seem to be losing a lot of frames for some reason. Let me just see if we can tidy this up ever so slightly. And we don't have autopilot either. Yeah, so we are on board with Sam Gaskell at the moment, one of the championship protagonists. Certainly will be looking for another race win if he can. He's just come out, of course, spoon through 130R and into the Casio Triangle. Little pit entrance here just on the right hand side. There was one point in time where it was quicker to go through the pits than it was to come through that triangle, that chicane. That's why they moved the pit entrance to where it is. Hopefully that's running okay on stream. As Gaskell crosses the line, it is Eric Delfant that they're all chasing though. 1 minute 58.3. Caracas with a 58.5. He is Sam Gaskell as well, sorry, on a 58.5. Then it's Sullivan 58.6 with Philip Minard on a 58.9. So 0.3 of a difference there. Sure the home crowd will be absolutely delighted that it is indeed a Honda that is on the top spot. Oh, of course you can't, sorry, my apologies, I switched it over to try and tidy it up a bit. Auspicious start. There we go. Thank you very much, Dave. Apologies, yeah, trying to... yeah, I need to stop focusing. I'm having some issues here with the broadcast equipment, but we will crack on, of course. Much like the Honda is, he's got that top spot at the minute. We seem to have Oystein Brenham, who's just ahead of George Boothby in the championship. He's up on his lap. Samir Fosh with a good opening lap as well, 1 minute 59.2, to put him just behind Van der Meer. So again, close in the championship and close out on track. As I mentioned, we've got 39 drivers now actually. It's filled up, the full 39 have managed to connect. Some of the servers are having a bit of an issue, but good to see everyone is in. Andy Barker with a 2 minute 2.005, he is going quicker though, so is Siabuk. Down at 37th, as you can see, two drivers that haven't set a time as yet. Oh, he's just jumped right up the field. Quite a few drivers, in fact, Amber Hong, sorry. Just coming in to Spoon, he's got a good half a second. There's someone else jumping up the field as well. In fact, there's quite a few going green up at the top. Sasha Wassner, he's looking to get into the 58s here for LFM Esport. He's currently got 10th place. The 58s, then this would put him 6th position, just ahead of Ramone. 59.0 for Ramone. Although, where is Shea Sullivan? He is down, he is quick. Sorry, further back, he's not down, he's up on his time in a minute. Well, let's keep an eye on Wassner. Big improvements that he is making, carrying them at the Casio Triangle. Nice time to get the time as well. He's only got a minute and a half of quali left. Wide line out of the last corner as well. Oh, he's lost a few tenths there. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. Hasn't moved him. Shea O'Sullivan didn't quite bring home pole position. 1 minute 58.417. Gaskell's on a 58.425. And Karakas is on an absolute charge. He comes through 130R with some very good pace under his belt. And yep, cars quickly moving out of the way. Oh, wow. That is how we take that last chicane then. We really can't cut that in. That's 4 tenths. Wow, he's found more time through the chicane. He's going to go close to a 57 here. Karakas crosses the line. 58.110. Not bad on a 30-degree track temperature. On Gaskell was temporarily in pole there. 58.350. Delphant 370. Shea O'Sullivan still on a 4. Sasha Wassner once again threatening to get into the 58s. Is it a threat he's going to be able to follow through? Shea O'Sullivan makes his way into the pit. Stephen Dufresne finding good time as well. It's himself up to 9th provisionally. Still a lot of cars out on track with green deltas. Amber Hong being one of them. Into the final chicane in the Ferrari. Ooh, now car is in night. Yep, but oh no, there we go. Sorry, time went up and then down again. Oh wow. Was 4 tenths up, which would have been enough for 10th place. Van der Meer going quicker. Samir Fosh has just set a very quick time as well. Oh no, he is setting a quick time, sorry. Van der Meer, another one of the Honda drivers. No big improvement there. Let's see what Fosh can do. Axel Ramone, currently 7th and 2 tenths up as well. This could be enough for 5th place ahead of Philip Minar. Delphant and O'Sullivan join Wassner, Van der Meer and Boucher in the pits. Jan and Christian Boucher, sorry, both in the pits. Sav and Escorcia in there as well. Yep, they're all starting to file in now. Here comes Samir Fosh. This last chicane has already made and broken. Sounds better, make or break, I suppose. So many laps so far. Oh, wow, and this could make his lap. Samir Fosh is not only getting in the 58s, he's going to get into the top 5. Oh, not quite. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a time at the death here from Samir Fosh. The Fords certainly having their way of it at the moment. I'm saying all that. Grantis Caracas with a 58.110 is still the top driver. Delphant in the Honda in 3rd place. And there we go. That is them all into the pits. Oh, and that is qualifying done. So yeah, round number 10, it will be Grantas Caracas that will lead the field away for the 1 hour race. 20-minute pit window, of course, as always. Fueling is mandatory with a locked fueling time of 25 seconds. So the drivers will be exceptionally aware of that in their strategy. It's only a 20-minute pit window bang in the middle of the race as well. So it will be fast and furious, no doubt. It will be Caracas leading the way, though, at the start. Gaskell will join him on row number 1. Eric Delphant and Shale Sullivan will make up row 2, top 2 in the championship, side by side on row 2 with Minar and Foch on row 3 behind them. Wassner and Ramone on row 4. Brenham and Van der Meer making up row number 5, 9th and 10th place. It looks like we did get a lap from all of the drivers, and in fact, let's see if we can get the grid going. So yeah, there we go. Grantas Caracas, 1 minute 58.110. Sam Gaskell making it an all Ford front row. Delphant doing his best to break the Ford dominance, popping his Honda on row number 2 in 3rd place. He will be joined by another Ford, though. It's Shea O'Sullivan starting in 4th position for Visceral. He is just ahead of 255's Philip Minar. 1 minute 58.605 for Minar. Then it is Samir Foch. What a livery. The LFM content creator with a 58.660 to start ahead of LFM's very own Sasha Wassner. 58.752 for the Mustang driver. Ramone getting us a Ferrari in the top 10 for Oplight. 58.7 for 8th place. Oyston Brenham, West Competition Racing's BMW driver, 58.8, good enough for 9th this evening. Van der Meer is going to start in the Honda in 10th position, 58.8, ridiculous times. And then another Ferrari, this one just outside the top 10, is Stephen Dufresne ahead of Jan Boucher. He's got 12th position. And in 13th, Christian Boucher. I wonder if they are related. He is in an Audi. Then in 14th place, Nierka Sav. Another mighty Mustang. They are proving popular this season. I wonder why. Omar Escorcia. Another Mustang. Love that livery. 1 minute 58.3. Good enough for 15th place tonight. Then it is Matteo Piccolo. He will be starting in 16th position in the once Meta McLaren. Then we've got a Porsche. It's Kevin Bellick starting in 17th position. He's going to start ahead of Alexander Kruk in the Ferrari. 18th place for Alexander. He's ahead of Persecchini. Another Mustang there. Live for race, 1 minute 59.5. And there is Van Rossum, repping for the Ferrari. Starting in 20th position. He's ahead of Ambra Hong. Thick and fast the Ferrari's coming now. 21st place for Hong. Then it is Zaza in 22nd place. 1 minute 59.6 Pavel Kadowski doing well in the championship. Aston Martin not so well in qualifying tonight though. 2 minutes pretty much dead for 23rd place. Ben Georgiev, there he is. Starting in 24th position. Then it is Nick Blauwich, starting in 25th place. Fabian Stahl starting in 26th position. He is ahead of Stephen Keebling for CMS. Another McLaren making an appearance in the top 30. Then it is Artem Hageman in the BMW. 2 minutes, 0.435, only good enough for 28th place. Shepetkov, another BMW, 2 minute 0.5 for him, also 29th place. Then Matthias Siebert, 2 minutes 0.7, rounds out the top 30. David Tepper in 31st place in the Lamborghini, 2 minute 0.7. He's joined on row 16 by Mario Hoffman. Another incredible livery there. 32nd place for Hoffman, ahead of Ignas Strauskis, the McLaren driver, and 33rd he's on row 17 with Martin Westphal. The McLaren's really settling in at the back with the Lambos and the Ferraris, it seems. Yannis Cornier, 2 minute 1.5, and he's 35th with Andy Barker in 36th position in that Ferrari. 37th, Nikolai Ziebuk, 2 minute 1.7, and he will be joined on the last row by David Zudzi, the BMW driver, bringing home a 2 minute 1.8. And that will see him, as we see, 38th in tonight's race. Heavy cloud. I think we might avoid the replays as much as possible this evening because of these slight issues that we're having. .8 miles, it's going to be a decent one for the tyres. 29 degrees, so it'll certainly keep them on the toasty side. But again, double cloud cover, 6:35 PM local time, so fingers crossed we may see a bit of rain. We've got a car starting from the pits. Shepetkov jumped back to the pits mid warm-up lap. He was definitely moving when we did the grid run through, so yeah. Oh, look how close to all that. Yeah, this is going to be quite the scrap into turn number 1. As I mentioned briefly at the start, I genuinely believe that this is one of the most difficult turn 1s in motor racing, especially with a rolling start. You are absolutely flying, and it is, yeah, dab of brakes, throw the car in, maybe flick it down a gear depending on the car, then down a couple of gears for the second apex. It's, yeah, it's fast and it is furious, and it is round number 10 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series from LFM. Simicube active pedal up for grabs, cockpits, and more Moza pedals as well. We'll see how this one plays out. 1 hour race, 1 mandatory pit stop, and 1 set of green lights, and away we go. Moves over instantly, squeezes over. He got a good run off the start as well. The Honda absolutely found out. Oh, and there's almost a bit of contact there. Seal Sullivan has to absolutely back himself up. Philip Mina tries to go round the outside of Tubble. 2x2 through turn number 1. That is an incredible start by the entire field. It looks like everyone has made it through absolutely stunningly. A couple of changes down at the back of the field as the anti-bank curves next. And these can be just as testing. Grantis Karekas, he has been tested up at the front, but he's passed with flying colours because he's held on to the lead. Oh, slight bit of contact between Mina and Sullivan, or did he just off track slightly? It does look like Mina has lost a bit of time there. He was really challenging through those first couple of corners. And I'll tell you what, Sam Gaskell with an absolutely solid move at the start to try and take that position from Delphant. Sorry, O'Sullivan as well, yes, so Delphant still running in third place. It's the top five. And Sasha Waster has got the move done on Samir Foch. That's what we've got changing there. So Samir Foch has dropped the spot. So is Van der Meer to Stephen Dufresne, all through the hairpin. Back of that course Mustang absolutely stepping out there. We're going into Spain on lap number 1. It is still led by Grantis Karekas. With Sam Gaskell in second, Delphant in third, Seal Sullivan followed by Mina Wassner, Foch and Ramani in 8th, Brenham Dufresne and Van der Meer. Van der Meer now out of the top 10. A few more big, decent sized position changes actually. Amber Hong down 3, so jumped well and truly at the start. Shapetkov, who started in the pits, is ahead of Siebert and Westphal. I think we've had a couple of little incidents there. Omar Escorcia down 3 positions as well. Sam, Shea, Sasha, Samir. What is the S domination? Are they all in Mustangs as well? Yes, all those drivers with an S, yep, they're all in the mighty Mustang as well, which has proved to be absolutely all-conquering here in qualifying. As we can see, Grantis Karekas though, there's S's at the end of his name. Both of them, in fact, not at the start, but he is from the start, leading the way. He's got an absolute flyer there. Gaskell still hanging with him, as we were expecting this early stage. Delphant almost a second down. Minar and O'Sullivan certainly getting into it. And Sasha Wassner looks eternally close there as he comes up on the two of them with the head out of Dunlop, down the hill. What a corner complex this is. I love the Degners. The Lesmos with character, I like to call them. Heading up towards the hairpin at turn at number 10. This is where the tyres will get a bit of a workout. Really need to be so accurate on the accelerator as you're out in here. And he's up on the curbs and off again as they head through 200 Arabic 130 are. Friendly fire noted. Oh, friendly fire. Do indulge us. Philip Minar still close to O'Sullivan, but looks like it's getting close in the midfield as you would expect as well. Persicini, another Mustang driver. Oh, look at that battle going on behind him. Yeah, that's a Porsche of Belling. Looks like Zaza has just made up a spot there. In fact, Georgiev, I think, has dropped positions. And oh yeah, it's a solid battle going on between Georgiev, Hong, Blockwitz is in there as well. There's going to be chopping and changing here along the back stretch as they head into 130R. Much like Blanchimont, you don't really particularly want to go side by side, but these two definitely are. He's going to run the track limits, he's going to have to lift, or he's going to have to use one of his speed tokens, which will of course result in a free prize from the stewards, a drive-through penalty if you use too many speed tokens. How far onto the inside of that curve did he get in there, by the way? That is insane. Philip Minar with an early shout for fastest lap, 58.6. That will, of course, get hammered. Surprise Croak had time between writing reports to get up to P15. Mic drop. I feel like I'm going to get into trouble for reading that out now, Geek Furious. Thank you very much. P15. Yeah, Croak. Yes, yeah, P15. He has, gained 3 spots. They do say the pen is mightier than the sword, but I do believe that a few hundred brake horsepower, probably more powerful than them both. Croik using it to good advantage. He's behind the wheel of Ferrari. Great things are always going to happen. I'm not biased. You are. Sam Gaskell and the Grantis Karekas now got a clear 1 second back to Eric Delphant, who has got no such time back to O'Sullivan and Minar. And Sasha Waster again, absolutely primely poised on this battle. We use external cameras because that looks really jittery. So Waster here, right in the back of Minar, O'Sullivan, and then Delphant, Gaskell and Karekas. Absolutely nip and tuck. They've got a good bit of gap, a good bit of space behind them. So Gaskell free to try whatever he can to try and get past. He weaves slightly over to the left. Sorry, not weave, he moves over to the left. Weave makes it sound like it was a violent move. Karakas on the exit to Spoon, moved over to the left hand side of the track. Try and break that slipstream as much as possible. Love the sound of the curbs on the wheels. Heavy on the brakes into the Casio triangle. It's been so important in qualifying. They're really using that grass there as well. So much of the track being used by these two. They've still got this battle going on behind them, and in fact it's getting a lot closer there as Eric Delfant, I think he's been found wanting ever so slightly through 130R, and it's Shea Sullivan. Yeah, there we go, 4th position once again. Oh, sorry, yeah, still got 4th position. I thought he swapped back again with Minar. It looked like there was about to be a big swap. So close between them all. Samir Foss just watching this battle. He was overtaken by Wassner early doors. And Wassner looking to make it maybe 2-3 for 1 here. Could certainly be a possibility as they head up the anti-bank curves. And I tell you, the light has massively diminished already. We've barely started the race and it's gotten very dark very quickly. The double cloud cover no doubt contributing to that. Oh, and Minar there, that looked for the world a bit wide there. That could be a speed token dispensed of for Minar. Gaskell and Karakas are within 2/10 of one another. Karakas really is, Gaskell, sorry, really is piling on the pressure through 200R once again, heading towards Spoon. Love this. I love this entire course. It's very good. So many fun sections. Yep, he's just going to cool his jets through here ever so slightly. He's going to try and get the better exit. Oh, and he did get a much better exit there, but a little bit too good, unfortunately, because he got closer to lift a bit, and that has given Karakas a bit of breathing room once again. Oh, the rest of the field are getting absolutely left behind by these two. There's now a 1.2 second gap, sorry, back, and there's only 1.2 seconds separating 3rd from 6th. So that goes to show you how far ahead these two are and how close. The floor behind that, Wassner still absolutely on the money. I want to tell you what, so is Shea O'Sullivan. He has come out of that last chicane once again with a bit between his teeth, and he's been followed over by the other Mustangs. He's got his nose ahead, surely into the braking zone. Side by side, he's got just his nose ahead. That's barely the front bumper, but the Honda's got the preferred inside line, more grip, and he does back out of it, and he almost backs right into Philip Minar there. Minar looking to pounce with the failed overtake attempt of O'Sullivan ahead. O'Sullivan absolutely had to go for a bit of an exclamation mark there, so I think he did violate the track limits ever so slightly. Bit of a touch on the grass. Would have no doubt lost himself a bit of traction. Has managed to hold it together, much like Karakas is doing up at the front of the field. He is holding off the tide that is Sam Gaskell at the minute. Gaskell with a 58.4. Holder of the early fastest lap at the moment. We've got a lot of movers and shakers down through the field as well. In fact, Matteo Piccolo has dropped 12 positions. The Raggioli Esports driver in the McLaren has not been a good opening few laps for him. Down to 12th place. Stephen Keebling as well, dropping 9 positions for Carbon Motorsport, down to 36th place. Still do have all 39 drivers out on track. 38, sorry, that started. The only ones that have been in the pits so far, Shepnikov that started in the pits. So no one. David Zuki started dead last and is now up. Oh, sorry. Yeah, he did start dead last. He's up 10 spots, so great drive by him in his McLaren to get himself into the top 30. Mario Hoffman, another driver working his way into the top 30 as well. The Cool Colour Works racing team driver has made his way up to 26th position from 32nd. Not too bad at all. In the top 11, only 2 overtakes have been made so far, Dufresne on Van der Meer and Wassner. Although that looks like Oystein Brenham in the BMW. Nope, the camera angle made it look a bit closer than it was. And it is definitely as close as it looks between the drivers up at the top. You can see that gap is still stretching out. It's now up to 2.5 seconds. Gaskell absolutely all over the back. He is going to have the brake lights of the Mustang ahead absolutely melted into his corneas by the time this race is over. Wow, so quick down through the deckness there. He is closing the gaps, but it just seems to be at the wrong points in time to actually get the overtake at the minute. Yeah, so 5 laps in, and it is as you were for the top 5 at the minute. That does look like it could change at any moment in the Filipina, right in the middle of this battle that's going on. You can see he's got the Mustang and the Honda ahead of him. He's got Sasha Wasnaro absolutely closing in behind as well. Let's see if any major slipstream advantage. It goes to one particular driver, and it does look like it's O'Sullivan again. He is all over the back of Eric Delfant. These two leading the way in the championship. And it is easy to see why with how close they are on track, but they are dropping time hand over fist to Gaskell and Kurekis ahead. So perfect start as far as those two are concerned. We've got near Kasav. Yet another Mustang. Master race car. It certainly seems to be so. And it looks like it's about to put a master race move on the poor little outgunned Audi. And it's not often you say that, but yeah, that's a very good exit from the Casio Triangle. He's got himself that little half tickle of slipstream. Is it going to be enough? He's going to aim for the inside line. Or he's been shown the inside line, certainly the Audi holding the outside. He's going to try for the cutback on the exit to turn 1, is he? The exit to turn 2, sorry, no, not even close enough yet. There we go, near Kasav. He has got himself. Up a spot, that's him up to 13th place. Jan Boucher, ahead of Boucher, it's just been overtaken. He's held his spot. Vandermeer still behind. Dufresne at the minute. Gaskell, the gap up to half a second. It's the biggest it's been since the race started. Less than half a second between each of these drivers still in the top 5. Sasha Wasner looking to break into the top 5 if he can. Boucher looking for position at the expense of Vandermeer. The Honda driver dropping out of the top 10. Sorry, yeah, Vandermeer dropping out of the top 10. It looks like it might be down to 12th place. Ooh, he's got brave on the Honda there. So's the Ferrari though. That's I wouldn't say that's the most ideal line midway through sprint, but he has kept it between the Mayo and the Mustard. He's kept it on the track, which is the important part of that, I guess. It does compromise his exit, which means I don't think he's going to quite get close enough. No. I would be surprised if he gets him here in the final chicane. Yeah, no, the Honda doing good things in a straight line, as you would expect. So dark already, it's incredible how dark it's suddenly got. Good thing there's floodlights on the track. The top two, 3/10 apart, with another 3/10 between them and the rest of the field. In fact, it's up to 3.2 seconds now. Eric Delfant absolutely fighting for his podium life at the minute. The pit window will open in 5 minutes. We're already 15 minutes into round number 10. And the drivers holding on to their starting positions for dear life. It's not often we see so few position changes throughout the field. Hoffman's still up 6, but Polo down 12. Keebling down that 9 as well. Of course, the Strauskis and Westphal. Hopefully that's not stopping too bad for ourselves. Okay now, Kurekis definitely running well. That is absolutely safe to say. He is coming at the spoon once again. I would say Gaskell's his shadow, but the light is coming from Gaskell at the minute. Oh, and that is close once again. Let's get a look at the brake lights of Kurekis. because that is what Gaskell is going to be having dreams of by the end of this race. 28 degrees, so we've lost another degree in track temperature. He just pops out the slipstream there, just kill a little bit of speed. You don't want to carry too much through here. It is a very fine juggling act, getting yourself through 130R at the optimum speed. You can definitely be too quick through there, and that can be absolutely catastrophic. Out of the last corner then is Gaskell in second. Karagas is going to start lap number 9. Still with the lead. That's 16 minutes gone again. 4 minutes until the pit window opens. It will be open for 20 minutes. The drivers must mandatorily fuel, and fuel has a fixed time of 25 seconds. So we'll see a couple of penalties in as well. I can't get that running at the moment, so we'll just try and figure that out from what's going on with the pit times. We definitely do have that. Okay, there we go, we're getting notes, thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, car 33 has got a 5-second penalty. That is Amber Hong down at 21st. Car 37. And 11, so Westphal with a 5-second penalty. And Matteo Piccolo down 12 spots and got the biggest penalty. Would it be at 15 seconds and already down 11 places. So that is definitely a start to forget. In fact, we could be brave. Let's try a replay. I know it's running really slowly. Let's see what happens when we try a replay. Just out with the anti-bank curves, heading down into the Degnas. That double contact, absolutely thrown under the bus there with a double contact. Car just went spinning, no control whatsoever from the driver, unfortunately. So that's what's happened to Piccolo. We have got someone official has just given us a follow on LFM's English channel. Welcome in. Kirilli. Yeah, if you have a correct pronunciation, feel free to throw it in the chat and I will do my best to get it correct. But yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome in, round number 10 of the CaseKing.de Pro Series from LFM. And an absolute barn burner up at the front of the field. The top 6 is an absolute hotbed of action at the minute. Sam Gaskell is doing all the chasing. In fact, the lap time's dropping so slightly. You can see that group of 4 cars firmly behind. Samir Foch in 7th place was overtaken by Wassner. He's now being caught by Ramani and Brenner. And he is losing a bit of time to that group ahead. Sasha Wassner certainly not losing any time to the group ahead. He is absolutely shifting at the minute. And he is perfectly positioned, you would say, to get himself at least one overtake. As soon as somebody ahead goes for an overtake, he's going to be able to join right in and pick his spot. The Hondas had to do some series defending already, Delphant. Very nearly lost out to O'Sullivan and Minar in the out of turns 1 and 2. Managed to hold on with that inside line and managed to make his way through the anti-bank curves, holding on to a provisional podium position. Love that brightly lit carousel in the background. Carousel, Ferris wheel. Oh, that is very close. How much of the track are these drivers actually using? You've got to ask yourself. That is so far beyond what I consider track limits. It might explain why they're so much quicker than me, and they've got bags of talent, and I quite frankly don't. Right on cue, 20 minutes of pit window now open, 39 minutes left of the race. The one mandatory stop will be coming sooner rather than later for some of the drivers, as we see a counter move being made potentially. Oh, and there's a bit of a clumsy contact there into turn number 1. They both do survive. Boucher and Saab, they've already swapped positions this race once, almost swapping their way into the pits early doors by the look of it as well. The leaders, now 7 tenths between them. Gaskell dropping back ever so slightly. Wassner at 3 tenths down, and now looking to pounce on Minar if possible. So yeah, long lap here at Suzuka. We'll see if anyone comes in from what would be considered an early pit stop. In fact, we've already got 3 in. Andy Barker is in, Tepper is in, been in a while in Westphal in as well. So that is 3 of the drivers outside the top 20 coming in. Karekas comes round the last corner. He is staying out. So too is Gaskell. And the absolute train following Delphant still. They're still in the same order. Oh, now there's a car just coming out of the pits as third place is catching. So even around a long track like this, early doors in the race, blue flag traffic going to be an absolute factor. O'Sullivan and Minar going to be able to jump on the advantage that could be potentially provided by the early pitting Ferrari. Or will one of them? In fact, yeah, do they come into the pits now? I think they're going to catch him. He's going to be on colder tyres. So yeah, that is a bit of an interesting one. So that is another lap completed for the race leaders. No one pulling the trigger with an early pit stop. We'll give them a quick ask at the end. We'll be doing some quick interviews as always. Yeah, that's us fast approaching the halfway mark. Let's see if anyone decides to pull the trigger. No, they're all staying out. I wonder if any of the strategies are changing or have changed based on their proximity to the cars ahead, as more cars do come out of the pits. The lead car at the minute, Jan Boucher has been in. Georgiev has been in as well. So has Amber Hong. And we can see they're all right at the start of the lap. Stahl has been in as well. Shepetkov has been back in the pits, started in the pits, back out after the mandatory stop, now 34th position. Keebling in 35th. Tepper, Barker and Westphal have all been into the pits. They're in the top 20. Coming in as yet, and of course none of the top 6, which has been our main focus of the race so far, given how close they have been and continue to be. Wasner keeping a close eye on the battle ahead, but that battle is between O'Sullivan and Delphant at the minute. Oh, the race leaders just making their way past the another blue flag as they head their way into Spoon. O'Sullivan doing, oh no, he's not doing the chasing, sorry, stumbled over my words, as Minar is now the hunter. O'Sullivan would appear to be the hunted at the minute. Yeah, so that battle just dropping back. Let's see. Yeah, indeed. Delphant showing them a clean pair of heels. Not giving up anywhere near as much slipstream as he was the last time. He's going to have a nice clear run into that final chicane. I'll tell you what, Sheila Sullivan for the first time in the race really is going to be looking over his shoulder into that triangle rather than over that bonnet. Just absolutely melting those track limits. Ooh, as we see race leaders come in, and Sam Gaskell has stayed out. Sam Gaskell has stayed out. And Eric Delphant, race leader, Grantis Karekas. Race leader has come into the pits. There we go. Well, this really is sticking quite badly this evening. Apologies for the quality of the broadcast tonight. We're having some technical issues, but we will, of course, crack on. Van der Meer, that's the technical term. Van der Meer in the pits as well. So too Van Rossum. He's got his Ferrari in at the pits. So lots of movers and shakers. Of course, the big mover, Sam Gaskell, has now got clear track ahead of him. Delphant has got a bit of a clearer rear view mirror because Sheila Sullivan came in. Minar still battling with Wasner, Foch and Ramini. They've stayed out as well as Brenham and Dufresne. Near Kassar making his way into the top 10. Still ahead of Christian Boucher, who himself is now 10th place. But of course with that mandatory stop still to take. Now, what is Gaskell going to do? He is just coming through Spoon. Still got 10 minutes left of the pit window. So could theoretically stay out. We'll see. Karekas back in 21st position. So he's coming directly into traffic. Has made it fairly easy work. I think McLaren is just not put on too much of a fight there. Sheila Sullivan back out in 22nd place. So actually not too far behind. So yeah, Sullivan looking for the undercut. What is he now? 4 seconds behind Karekas. In fact, let me check the near identical pit stop times, maybe a half a second in it. Samir Foch is now in the lead of the race, which would suggest our one-time race leader, who's just on a 58.8. Sam Gaskell comes into the pits along with Philip Minar. So an extra 2 laps, they've stayed out on Caracas, so they are stationary. Caracas is most definitely not. He's coming through the Casio Triangle now. There is the original pit entrance there. The pits used to be down a much shorter access road, very quick road as well. And Caracas is moving. Please switch to Sam Gaskell. There we go. He's on the pit exit. He is in the lead of the race. He is on cold tyres. Oh, and he's got the lead. He's got the lead. Sam Gaskell gone for the overcut, and it has worked. An absolute treat for him. He is in the lead. Let's see where Shea O'Sullivan is compared to Eric Delfant and Philip Minar. It's exceptionally close. That is absolutely the wrong camera. There is Shea O'Sullivan. We've got a yellow flag. He's behind Minar. He is behind Minar. So it's paid off for Minar. He's got the overcut. He stayed out. And Delfant has managed to hold his position as well. He was a tad quicker through the pit. Sasha Waster has fallen back into this train exactly. So only one change there. If I'm being honest, on their way into the pits, if you'd asked me who I thought was going to be the big winner there, I would have said it would have been Shea O'Sullivan. But I'm going to declare that it is Eric Delfant. Because he was being absolutely hounded for the entirety of that first stint. And where I thought O'Sullivan was going to take his spot, O'Sullivan's dropped back one, and Delfant has defiantly held on to provisional podium spot. But it is Grantis Caracas and Sam Gaskell that are, of course, the big news. They are now separated by they are still separated by 4/10 of a second, 33 minutes into the race, but it is Gaskell that is holding the top spot. Oh, it just absolutely blows my mind how much of that apex they are taking on the way in. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Let's see what Caracas can do. More cars in the pits. There we go. Gaskell fully jumping up. Yes, Samir Foch is in Dufresne. Piccolo with the penalties in. Scorsia and Siabuk in as well. Foch. Oh yeah, no, that was him on the exit. For some reason you get yellow flags. Is Samir Foch? Shea O'Sullivan is behind Oyston Brenham. Something has happened. Blue flag in the moment. Okay, I don't understand German, but I think that might be relevant. Accident, car number 5. Okay. Let's push our luck and go for a replay. Okay, so yeah, that's him coming into the Casio Triangle. Ferrari on the inside. Oh, hold up. Oh, he manages to get the car almost fully rotated there, but yep, so the yeah, blue flag in the moment there. That it's joint chat with the German channel is where I'm going with that one eventually. But that's what's caused that then. So Shea O'Sullivan, and he's just popped a yellow flag as well. So we started off as a very good night. He's lost one position. This is through the Degnas. Okay. I'm not sure why there was a second yellow flag for him. Place in the championship. Finds himself now behind Brenham and Foch, Wassner and Minar. Delfant still provisional podium position with Caracas and Gaskell, our race leaders. And yes, Sir Fosh has got himself back ahead. I'm sure he's made positions. I am sure that Sir Fosh has made up a position. That'll iron itself out once we get through the pit stop. Still surviving, Sugi in 29th place, still up those 10 positions. Hoffman as well, he's held that 6 spots and might actually gain a couple more in the closing stages of the race. Ramone, the penultimate driver to pit, I believe. Bellick in the Porsche. Will he take this moment to come in? We've got 3.5 minutes left, yeah. So those two will come in, and that will put Sam Gaskell firmly atop the timing tower. Will he be there come the end of the race? One Grantas Karekis may have a thing or two to say about that. It's what he can do about it, though. I did wonder as well, I mean, I'm sure many viewers thought it while we were watching the race, was Gaskell potentially being held up. He did hold the fastest lap of the race. He still does hold the fastest lap of the race. He was very close timing again, and he's invited them. Oh, and there's been a bit of contact between the two of them on the straight before they make their way in. Gaskell trying to push him over, or yeah, not just trying to push him over, trying to get as much track space as he can to make his way into turn number 1, and the two of them did have a bit of contact on the straight there. Ramone exiting the pits in the Oplight Ferrari, and yeah, he is up a spot. So is Brenham, of course. O'Sullivan handing it out. Samir Fosh is back up to 6th place. So Fosh is back up to 6th position. Delphant, one of the few drivers now that's holding his starting spot. Delphant, Fosh, the only 2 drivers in the top 10 to be running where they started. Stephen Dufresne started in 11th. He's back out the pits in 11th himself. Scorsia, it's ironed out for him. He's in 15th place where he started. Bellick still holding on to 17th. And Persicini holding on to 19th from the start. Blockwitz as well. He started in 25th and still is. And Andy Barker as well, still running in the position he started in. Other than that, it has been all change, and this big change up at the front. Are we going to see another change before the end? Car 1 and 2. Ooh, now I'll tell you what, we might get a cheeky look at that. Yeah, so here we go. This is a contact between the two of them on the previous lap. He leaves it to the last second. Whoa. Yeah, both of them playing it clever there. That is a strategy I've used myself, to be fair. You, when you're overtaking someone, try and get them as close to the apex side of the track as possible to rob them of their momentum. Gaskell tried to find more room to take that momentum through turn number 1, and the two of them had a bit of a touch. That could have been Eric Delphant bringing home the race win if those two ended up in the wall. And I'll tell you what, he's running well since they got out of the pit. So too, though, is Philip Minar. He's within 7:10. Sasha Wassner now 3 seconds down. So not a good run for him since they come out of the pits. And in fact, I wonder if Samir Fosh, because of course Wassner did take a position. Yeah, because he's up 2, 1 from Fosh and 1 from Shale Sullivan. Dropping down. He's currently in 9th place. He's running consistently in the 58, so I do think he's going to get at least Brenham before the end of the race. No disrespect to Brenham, but yeah, their lap times are about half a second a lap apart. At the moment, Brenham and Ramone could definitely be looking over their shoulders sooner rather than later. 20 minutes left for O'Sullivan to work his magic, keep his charge up for championship glory. 2nd in the championship at the minute. We'll see how tonight's results affect that. And yeah, what exactly tonight's results will be still to very much be decided. Omar Escorcia is still looking for positions as well. It's Christian Boucher that is just ahead of this one, on Mustang versus the Audi. We saw how this ended for the Audi the last time round. That, of course, was at the hands of Boucher. Is that blue flag? No, it's not, sorry, it was Jan Boucher in the Mustang that overtook Christian in the Audi. Oh, I had to back right out of it there. Definitely don't want to run too wide. They'll flag with the yellow flag. Minar as well, bit of a yellow flag for both of them there. Straight. So yeah, Minar taking the inside line, but yeah, holds his position in the middle of the track to try and keep the Honda as far over the right as possible. Ooh, bit of a touch there. And yep, that is full grip on the wheel there for Delphant. He's held on to that one exceptionally well. So yeah, these two still battling for the final podium position. Gilles Sullivan not quite managed to craft his way past Brenham at the moment. The West Competition Racing BMW driver doing well to hold off one of the championship's top runners at the minute. Sullivan's had some good results this season, some phenomenal results this season. Absolutely not surprised. He is very quick indeed. We'll see just how quick he can be along the back stretch. Is it going to be enough to go side by side? Is it worth going side by side through here? 2 wheels on the grass and he's ended up running wide. He's going to have 2 wheels on the gravel. Oh, that is so well held. That is absolutely unbelievable. That could very easily have ended in huge disaster. There's, yeah, quite serious ramifications of the car. As I say, you exit the track at 130R. Yeah, bad things do happen. Philip Mina still looking to get on to the podium. Gaskell improving on his fastest lap. While trying to improve the gap between himself and Karekas, and it is improving in his favour now. 1.2 seconds separating the top two. They're still again making time on the two that we're watching at the minute. Delphant in third, Minar in fourth place. Ramone is looking quick as well. He's caught up to Samir Foss, the Alpine drivers. We do know they're oh, Brenham is down 2 spots. Sorry, yeah, Brenham's been overtaken by Ramone. Yeah, because they're now chasing the Sir Foss. So yeah, Brenham has been overtaken by Ramone, so he's only made 1 position. So he's still up 1 position. And oh, yeah, Gilles Sullivan absolutely lurking now. That's Ramone now trying to get his way past. As I was saying, the Alpine Ferrari does like to make an appearance at the end of qualifying as well. Didn't quite do so this week. Usually sneaks in around the top 5. Oh, nice move through Spoon there. The Mustang, no one getting the slipstream here. I wonder whose advantage that is actually. The Mustangs obviously, because it's much better in a straight line. Silly question, self-answer, and there we go. The proof is in the pudding. So yeah, neither of them getting the slipstream there. That'll play into the hands of Brenham and O'Sullivan with 15 to go. If a car behind you is behind you, the car, then yeah, both cars are getting slipstream benefit, is what I'm fumbling my way to say. But the Mustang, the mighty Mustang, once again in that straight line, absolutely shifting. Sam Gaskell, he will be loving the workmanship of the Ford engineers at the minute, and so too Philip Mina. He is trying to tumble the hometown hero Honda off of that final podium spot, one that Delphant has held onto with aplomb and vigour for the first 45 minutes of this race. Can he fend off 255's Mina for the final 14 minutes of round number 10? Just noticing as well there, actually, the track temperature is held quite well. The light has diminished at a drastic rate, it has to be said. But the track temperature is actually held. It's going down to 27 degrees. It dropped 2 in the first 10 minutes, so yeah, that's definitely going to have helped the drivers a bit. Keep those pressures consistent. Ramani is, speaking of consistent pressure, and speaking of consistent pressure, the two main protagonists at the minute is O'Sullivan, or the three main protagonists, O'Sullivan, Ramani and Minar, all looking for more points to the end of season tally. And into Spoon. Wow, the Mustangs, O'Sullivan really using so much more of that curb than the BMW. You'd think he's going to have some serious pace coming out of this corner. Oh, almost got a bit of a wiggle there. Can he touch the grass? No. Again, popping out the slipstream just before the apex, throws it through. Ramani still trying to get his way past Sir Foch and Minar once again. What can he do this time? We are 23 laps deep. He's been shown to the inside line. Oh, sorry, no. The Honda moved to the inside line and back out again. So if he moved to the inside line, he was shown the outside line, then changed his mind, went back out again. Some staunch defending at the minute. Yeah, some staunch defending. It is very safe to say. Yeah, Honda has been on the podium spot since qualifying, and it's looking to hang on to it for everything. See O'Sullivan. Yeah, still about half a second looking over the sector times. He is definitely quicker than the driver ahead. He's not going for any crazy lunges, so the BMW able to match him at the important points of the track. You can see here, it gets so close at the start of the Degnus, but you're not getting an overtake through the Degnus really. Not without losing a whole lot of momentum, and that just, yeah, long term, not good. Long term is not good. That's our chat. The German channel as well, of course, joint chat between the two channels. So welcome in to everyone. So don't worry if you've suddenly stopped understanding what's written in the chat. Is between two different channels, English and German. Chris, of course, over on the German channel. Welcome to everyone that is in here for the closing 11 minutes. And I'll tell you what, Sam Gaskell is quickly closing in on another race win. He's now 3.2 seconds ahead of Caracas. So yeah, I did say, although was he being held up ever so slightly, it's hard to say, because his quickest lap 58.5, but Caracas with a 58.5 as well. Oh, Delphant and Minar swapped positions here temporarily. So let's have a quick look at this. Did they get side by side? Yeah, okay, no. Yeah, my apologies. I thought the two of them had temporarily swapped positions, but no, the Honda clearly in front right through that whole phase there. But is still at the minute. Ramani still pushing the rear bumper of Samir Foch. Again, that Mustang in a straight line is just always going to be too much for the Ferrari. So if anything, the Ferraris and McLarens, the Audis, if they're going to do anything around this track against the Fords, there needs to be crazy, it needs to be in corners like this. He's looking for the cutback, but he's just a bit too close. Not going to be able to get that one done. Brenham still fending off O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan with the full flashing lights. He's seeing those points very quickly dwindle away. This is going to make it an interesting championship standing at the end, to be fair. Ramani still looking for the move. Philip Minar and Delphant still scrapping over that final podium position. Is Delphant that's got his hands on it like he has since the start of the race. Oh, Vandermeer and Dufresne as well. Oh, I've just jumped over that. We'll go back to Ramone. Nothing doing in the final chicane for him. Same with O'Sullivan, still absolutely nip and tuck. Minar. And now 7 tenths down, that's one of the biggest gaps we've seen into turn one between these two. After serving a penalty, Abraham back up to 23rd place. Looking to get a move on Paul Godowski. Oh, yeah, a bit sideways on the way in. That will not help the momentum on the way out, that's for sure. We've also got Claudio Zaza. And Bellix, there we go. And he's gone for it up the inside on Alexander Kruk in the late stages there. 8 minutes to go. The Porsche getting it done on the Ferrari. That must have been a very good exit out of the Casio triangle. And Kevin Bellix for Bellic GT Racing. Yeah, gets himself a nice move. We'll see if the Ferrari can do anything in reply. And that is Kroik, of course. Zaza still trying to get past Georgiev. And we're seeing the gap trending in the favour of Delphante at the minute. 1.3 seconds there, and indeed in the favour of Samir Foss. That gap stretched out, and Brenham as well. 7 minutes to go. There's about 7 tenths between these drivers now. There's only 3 tenths not so long ago. Another couple of late yellow flags popping up. Janis Cornier there with a bit of a mistake. Straukas as well. Just running it a bit wide. Definitely do not want to be picking up drive-through penalties. Such an easy track to violate the limits, as we've seen so far. No drive-through served. We'll have had one stop go 32nd for speeding in the pit lane. Shepetkov started in the pits and then violated the speed limit during their mandatory pit stop. Got a stop go 32nd. So 3 stops, 3 times in the pits during the race. That sees them pretty much dead last. Actually, no, Stephen Keebling bringing up the rear. We have lost a driver as well, but only one, down to 37 of the 38 that started. And oh, Ramone, he's caught right back up to Sir Foss. And yeah, through the twisty stuff, exactly where you expect Ferrari to have that upper hand. The off-light driver absolutely pressing once again. Oh, and just as I say that, that's a drive-through. For David Sugi, he's done so well. He has dropped back a couple of places, but yeah, he's just picked up a drive-through. He's 31st. So he's up 8. Oh, the Ferrari having a look at the inside on the way out of Spoon. How much pace is he going to have here? And is it going to matter at all, because it is a Mustang ahead of him? Even in the slipstream, you can see the Mustang just leaves it absolutely standing. Yeah, no wild steering to try and catch up to either. Oh yeah, holds it well between the lines here. Good use of the brakes there. But it's not going to be enough, because as soon as they're off the brakes and they're out of the Casio triangle and through the last curve, Mustang is going to gallop off into the distance once again. It's a Groundhog Day for Axel Ramone at the minute. 5 minutes to figure out the conundrum of the mystery of the Mustang. Oh, yep, there's a car in the distance there. Now that's how dark it is. It's just a shadow at the minute. Oh, through the anti-bank curves. You can see how much better that Ferrari is through the curves of the Mustang, but it's all about the straight line speed once again with the Mustang. Even this short run down from Dunlop to the Degnas, it is done and dusted by the time we get to the braking zone, never mind the apex. And the car ahead really taking liberties with track limits himself. The exit to the Degnas, oh, different story entirely. It'll be the same here. Oh, it goes for it around the outside potentially. Is he going to be able to carry enough speed to make this one stick? Nope. Certainly signalling the intent though. Wants that spot. Let's see what's happening with Shea O'Sullivan. Still down 5 positions. Still unable to get his way past Brenham, the West Competition driver. Having a very good race at the minute. Quite the defensive performance. O'Sullivan again, he is second in the championship. He got second in race 1, and then in the top 15 reverse order grid, finished in 5th behind race 1 winner Sam Gaskell, who is on an absolutely solid run of results at the minute. O'Sullivan's getting close. We're into dying stages. I'm sure we'd love to get at least one, if not 2 positions back. Minute. There's a car serving the track. Oh no, off track. Big off track there. For car number 34. That number rings a bell. Oh, it's Sheptikov. No, sorry, it's 34th. It's Astraukis. Yeah, big mistake at the Casio Triangle. But let's get straight back up to the top of the field. Come on. There we go. Shea O'Sullivan still chasing. He's got 1 lap left to make it happen. Same for Philip Minar. Sam Gaskell is absolutely monstering off into the distance here now. He's got a 5-second gap over Grantis Karekas. He's got 3.5 seconds back to Delfant, who's now got 2 seconds. Oh, Ramone. No 2 seconds there. Oh, they are so close. Once again, it's the same section of track. Yep, it's absolute Groundhog Day for these two at the minute. Oh, and I tell you what, that is so close again. Through the twisty stuff, the Ferrari is coming into its own, but the Mustang just gallops off as soon as they get into any kind of acceleration zone. And it is absolutely working for Sir Foch at the minute. Started 6th, looking to hold on to it. Looking to take it though is Ramone O'Sullivan. Looking to get back as many points as he can. Was running in 4th for a long time, threatening 3rd quite consistently before the pit stops, then after the pits. Yeah, that bit of contact with the blue flag car. Oh, and that is the leader on the final lap, so I was right, this is the last chance for romance for these drivers. Minar 1.8, I think Delfant's got this one. Oh, as I'm saying that, I'm checking. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him, but should be all good. Ramone, Escorcia still looking for an overtake. O'Sullivan, is he going to be able to make a move? Really do want to see Gaskell's closing lap, but I feel like we might potentially see some overtakes, if not some phenomenal defensive manoeuvring to fend off said overtakes. Foch at the minute. Again, just the Ferrari so quick through these twistier parts of the track. Is he going to be able to make it pay off on this lap though? That is the big question. You can see the headlights in the background there. That is Brenham and O'Sullivan. Again, the Degnas. A bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush, but it's not worth going for it at the Degnas, surely, even on the last lap. Looking for an exit here. Is he going to be able to make something stick out of the hairpin? We've seen him try round the outside so far. Not too far back this time. Does get a phenomenal exit there, but the Mustang, just to see you later. It's much like Sam Gaskell has to the rest of the field. Along the back stretch for the 30th time of asking. He spent half the race in second. He spent the second half in first place. Again, a phenomenal run of results he has had recently, and this will put him firmly in contention for championship honours and some of those incredible prizes from CaseKing.de, proud sponsors of the LFM Pro Series. And it is Sam Gaskell for 255 competition. Will see the checkered flag first with a 5.6 second gap ahead of Grantis Karekas, finishing in second place. Delphant held on to that podium. What a drive there. Philip Minar getting fourth place. Sasha Wassner up to fifth position with Forsch in sixth place. Did fend off Ramone, much like Brenham. Managed to fend off O'Sullivan. Eighth for Brenham. O'Sullivan in ninth. Sav in 10th place. Dufresne 11th. And Van der Meer in 12th place. Jan Boucher in 13th, and Omar Escocia absolutely nose to tail. In fact, he got something right at the end. Pool side by side, there's going to be half a tenth between them, and that is very close. Boucher 15th, Bellick and Kroik 16th and 17th, with Van Rossum in 18th place. Persicini 19th, and Ben Georgiev rounding out the top 24 places. Georgiev made it up at the end. He had Claudio Zaza absolutely pressuring him, but did manage to hold on. And in a cruel twist of fate, there will be rainfall in 30 minutes when there will be no racing. So huge thank you to the rain gods there. Absolutely thrown under the bus. Thank you very much for the follow, Free Will. I hope you're well. I'm sure not as well as this man on screen. Yeah, we'll get the results for that up in a moment, but we did see there, Gaskell takes the fastest lap. Let me just open this. Gaskell with the fastest lap in the race win. Karekas took the fastest lap in qualifying, and he brings home second place. Eric Delphant in the Honda. What a performance that was to hold on to that. Absolutely incredible. Sorry, I'm having some issues. With the broadcast software, sorry, with my broadcasting equipment at the minute, everything is starting to stand. We will get the top three in momentarily. Okay, I believe we may be running. So there we go. We've got Sam in at the moment. We'd like to do the podium in reverse. Potentially the other two not joining. Tell you what, let's jump in and get Sam on the go. So here he is then, round number 10, as I mentioned, a phenomenal run of results. The Imola double header giving him some nice points last week. Suzuka this evening giving him quite the challenge, but a well-earned race win under his belt. Another race win under his belt here in the CaseKing.de Pro Series is Mr. Sam Gaskell. Good evening, Sam. Congratulations. What a race and what a win that was, my man.
Good evening. Yeah, to be honest, it was definitely it was a weird race because, I mean, in the pit stops, I really didn't expect to get him, to be honest, because I was a bit safe on the pit entry and, on the in lap, but I haven't watched the replay. But yeah, overall, race really good. Pace was good. Surprisingly, it was dry, and actually, it's about to rain in 30 minutes, so luck is on our side, and yeah, good points.
Indeed, I have to ask, your pit strategy, was that in any way governed by how close it was? I mean, what a start to that race it was. You were absolutely all over the back of Kourakis for that first stint. He came in before you. Did you come in on the lap you planned to, or did you change when you pit because of when Kourakis pitted ahead of you?
Yeah, I pitted opposite Grantas, so I because the overcut is super strong here. I was planning to go to 28 minutes left, but I ended up actually only going to 30, which is 2 laps early than what I was going to do. But because
Right.
Grantas was there, I didn't want to lose time, on the in laps because
Hmm.
obviously more one tires, he's on fresh, so the difference is there. But yeah, I mean, I think if I didn't do that, he probably would have, stayed ahead, and it would have been a lot harder for me to get past. Yes, I would have been quicker, but it would have been a lot harder. And yeah, definitely determined when I was going to pit and the end of the race.
Yeah, that first stint, I have to ask, that was just absolute heaven for us to watch. The two of you were just so close. How much do you enjoy that? Genuinely, how much like that? Just so precise. It is just for a mere mortal such as myself, my heart would be bursting out my chest for the opening stint. How was it for you?
Quite calm actually. I've from coming from a karting background, a lot of that stuff is, it's quite common, in karting where everyone's training and following each other bump drafting. And to be honest, like you've seen multiple times in this series, I've done it with Phil, I've done it with George, Amadeo especially as well, where it's literally just two of us just running away, full concentration, no mistakes, absolutely sending it as hard as possible. And yeah, we're actually surprisingly calm, us drivers, when we're doing it, but I can tell you now it's definitely difficult.
Well, yeah, that's why you all drive and I talk. We've got that's round number that's round number 10. You've had a good run of results. I was going to do the standings with you in, but the other two drivers have jumped in, so we'll save that one to spend. You've had a good run of results so far. We've got the Nordschleife and then that double header at Spa. How are you looking forward to your chances for those prizes at the end of the season?
Uh, yeah, I mean, those 2 rounds are usually pretty good. I mean, I haven't looked at the weather. I know Nords is going to be pretty mixed, but luckily the Ford is actually, it's one of those tracks because it's full wing. It's actually quite quick at Nords in the wet, so that's promising. But then, Spa is going to be might be a bit of a clown show because obviously it's reverse grid, a Rouge turn one, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm confident. I'm happy, and especially coming up after today. I mean, I checked the points. Shea has gained a bit purely because of drop rounds, but that means there's more risk. There's more risk now for him because he hasn't got any drop rounds left.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot closer. I think it's going to be a lot more competitive as well, and they're two popular tracks, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, indeed. So you'll be like us Scotland fans. You'll be sat there with a calculator the last few days of the season, hoping for mathematical
Yes.
possibilities. Yep, I feel you, Sam. I feel you. Well, listen, Sam. Congratulations on tonight's win. Absolutely incredible drive from start to finish. You got the strategy absolutely nailed on, and cannot wait to see what you do in the closing few rounds.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Cheers, Sam. There we go. Race winner, Sam Gaskell. First across the line, first in the commentary box. What we'll do then is we'll go with second place next then. If we've started at the top, we shall work our way down the running order. The man that took pole position in qualifying and took everything Shea O'Sullivan, took everything that Sam Gaskell could throw him in that first stint. Couldn't quite hold on to the race win though. Grantas Kourakis second place. That was quite the race, Grantas. How were you after that one?
Yeah, it was quite good, I would say, especially qualifying. Definitely did not expect to qualify on pole, especially when given how much practice I've done for this round. Yeah, it was kind of clutch qualifying for me, and then I know I had a solid pace, but not as good of a pace than Sam, and I just tried to hold on in first stint, try to make as little mistakes as possible, and I thought of going into undercut because undercut is quite strong at Suzuka, but unfortunately, 3 back markers got into my way and I lost quite a lot of time. So, yeah, it was a bit unfortunate and tried to get back P1, try to overtake Sam, but it's literally impossible if a guy doesn't make mistakes on this track. So, Then I just got a third warning and just cooled off, just stopped pushing and just just tried to finish second safely.
Right, okay. Now, because I did wonder, because Suzuka is such a fast-flowing track, picking up track limit penalties here, and we didn't see many drive-throughs. In the grand scheme of things, for 38 drivers for an hour, we didn't see many. So is that where, right, yeah, because it was a 5-second gap because it was so close. I mean, I asked Sam, that first stint with Sam breathing down your neck, he was 3/10 behind you on average for the first half of the race until you came into the pits. How was that first stint for you?
Yeah, it was tough, obviously, especially having a driver like Sam behind me. It's always tough. You basically cannot make any mistakes, as otherwise he will eat you alive. So, yeah, it was tough, but I still kept cool. I was driving pretty well, I think, and yeah, obviously second stint didn't work out with the undercut, and yeah, it is what it is.
Well, yeah, ask Sam about the next two rounds. I can't confirm though. I've just popped up on the screen. Currently in the standings, after tonight's race, Grantas, you have moved up to second place ahead of O'Sullivan and Sam Gaskell. So you're now second in the championship with the Nordslife and a double header, the reverse order grid at Spa still to come. How are you feeling ahead of those two, with second place and potentially first still up for grabs in the championship?
Well, I will definitely have to practice more for those tracks, because those tracks are slightly longer and obviously
Slightly.
the longest tracks in the game. Yeah, yeah, especially Northlife. But yeah, we have to put a lot of work in and looking really forward to it.
Excellent. Well, I can tell you, we are absolutely looking forward to it as well. What a season it's been, and what a showdown it's been so far. And grant us, that was in fact, let me ask you one more question quickly, if I may. Did the race position, how did your pit strategy change at all? Did you have a pre-planned strategy for this one? Was it just let's play it by ear, see how it goes, or did you change it because Sam was so close and try and sneak the undercut on him?
Well, yeah, usually you try to stick to a plan, and but I don't know what my plan exactly was. I guess was just thinking of. I thought that Sam was going to undercut me, try to undercut me. So he undercuts me, then I do a very fast last lap of my first stint, and then see how it goes. But this time I thought he didn't undercut me. I expected him to undercut me, but instead I decided to undercut because undercut is strong in this track. But yeah, it didn't work out as we saw. So.
Yeah, not as they say, no battle plan survives first contact with the enemy, and that's never been
Yeah.
truer in motorsport. That's for absolutely sure. Well, Grant, let's listen. Another absolutely phenomenal display, a well-deserved podium, so close to the race win. And again, as I was saying to Sam, absolutely cannot wait to see what you drivers all give us, put on show for us at the Northlife and then at Spa.
Yep, looking really forward. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Grantas Carecas bringing home pole position and second place in the race. Joining me now in the commentary box, it is the driver that was fighting for the hometown hero. He had the Honda, and he is surely in for some kind of prize for best defensive display of the season. He has fended off all comers for the entirety of that race. Started in third, finished in third after a tricky start into turn number one. He joins me now, Mr. Eric Delfant. Congratulations on the podium, Eric. How was
Hey
that
guys,
race for you?
thank you so much. I think pretty intense. I saw immediately I didn't have the pace of the two guys in front, and probably also the guys behind. I was losing all the time in the last sector, especially in the last chicane, and for that reason it was super hard to defend. Also because the Ford is much faster on the straight than the Honda, so I'm pretty happy with my race. I think I did pretty everything good.
I would say absolutely outstanding from my point of view. You had a train of four complete murderers row. And as you say, the Mustang proved to be a bit of a meta car around here. And yeah, you fended off O'Sullivan for the first stint and then Philip Minard for the second stint. So that is that's absolutely no mean feat. How did the race affect your pit strategy? I was just asking Grantas this one as well. Did you have a pre-planned strategy and did you stick to it, or did the constant pressure of 4 cars behind you make you adapt that in any way?
The first thing for the strategy was to see my pace, because I didn't know the pace of the others. But the strategy was to do undercut, because here is very powerful. But then when I saw O'Sullivan pitting, I did a very fast in lap and a good pit stop to stay in front of him. And then just defense. I think I was a bit lucky with the incident behind. I didn't saw what happened, but I think I had a bit of luck there, because I had to defense only from one guy, from Philip.
So O'Sullivan in the Casio triangle, there was a Ferrari backmarker, blue flag. They went into the Casio triangle side by side, and O'Sullivan came out on the right-hand side facing the wrong way, unfortunately. So he dropped down to 9th place. He dropped down to 9th place, so yeah.
And then congrats to Sam and Grantas for the win and for the podium, and to all the front guys. It's always very fun to battle with these guys.
Yeah, indeed it is. And I have to ask you, obviously, I know we've got a couple of races coming up, a little-known track, the Nordschleife, not sure if you've heard of that one, and Spa as well, the double-header, but I can confirm, as I mentioned, after tonight's race, you are still a championship leader with about a 42-point gap back to Grantas Carreras. Incredibly close. How are you feeling?
I think Sam maybe can be in front with the I don't know how to say in English, the
drop rounds.
Show, yeah. But yeah, we are all close. And yeah, for the last 2 races, I don't know. I hope the car is good on the Nordschleife. I don't know also, because I don't have much track time. It's I don't know the track perfectly, so I need to do some laps. But I hope the car is maybe a bit better than here, and also maybe with a bit more top speed, it would help.
I've heard this hack, Eric. All you do is you cut a hole in the floor and you just run. I saw the Flintstones do it. It seemed to work well for them. So yeah, every extra bit of pace will help, I'm sure. Yep. Well, listen, Eric, congratulations. I mean, to be leading the championship at this stage, this far in, an incredible achievement, and another podium to add to the ever-growing list in the CaseKing.de championship. So, Pro Series, sorry. So, congratulations once again, and as I said to the other two, genuinely cannot wait to see the show that you all put on at the Nordschleife and that double header at Spa.
Thank you so much, and we will see next week.
Indeed we will. Indeed we will. There we go then, race fans. That was Eric Delfant, the Honda, breaking the dominance of the mighty Mustang at Suzuka. Eric bringing home a well-deserved podium, and as we can see on the screen, he is hanging on to the top spot in the championship, just ahead of Carreras and O'Sullivan. Sam Gaskell jumps his way up to 4th with Godowski in 5th. Minar has got 6th position now. Ramone and Brenham hold on to 7th and 8th, with Lawrence van Rossum in 9th. Van der Meer holds on to 10th. Samir Foch moves up to 11th place, with Zaza, Fox, Boothby and Hagerman rounding out the top 15. Boothby and Hagerman, of course, not racing this evening. Sasha Wasner also sees an improvement in his championship standing, up to 17th position, and ahead now of Alexander Kroik. Tobias Grunwald, another driver, didn't race tonight, still in 18th, with Tepper and Blockwich, who did race this evening, rounding out the top 20. The prize is the drivers, of course. The Mazda RP2 with M booster pedals, the FGT Pro Formula and GT Racing Simulator cockpit, and the SimuCube pedals bundle with Active Pedal Pro up for grabs for the top 3. All thanks, of course, to caseking.de. It is the Northslife next week, and then that double header at Spa. The top 15 will be reversed for race number 2. I'm absolutely sure you will all be tuned in for that. Do not miss those races. That is all for this evening. Thank you very much to everyone that has tuned in. Thank you to the drivers for putting on that show. Thanks to everyone that's given us a follow on the Twitch channel as well. Make sure you go over to LFM's website and get signed up to races yourself. You never know, we might even see some Race Room F4s on there. Fingers crossed. And of course, we're back with the Endurance Series on Sunday. So make sure you tune in to that as well. As I say, that is all we've got time for this evening. My name has been John Wright, aka Double O Raven. Until next time, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.